same thing. When you're watching your guy for his hips to swing through, and when he swings through, you're doing that.
And welcome. Thank you for watching this short training video. Currently there is a proposal to place a 1/8" tip smoothbore nozzle on all of our frontline engines. Part of this process is to introduce new and different ways to hold and advance a 2.5" hose with this 1/8" tip. These techniques are taken directly from the Nozzle Forward class. Please feel free to use their website, Nozzleforward.com, as a resource to look into more detail on hose line management and fire attack. So the hip grip, you're going to stand in an athletic stance, feet wide apart, leaning slightly forward. You have the right hand pushing the hose down and into your body. That's where you want the nozzle reaction to go. Right at the top where your hip bone would be. Your left hand is going to be positioned right behind the coupling. You're primarily going to move the line with your hips instead of your left hand. Your spacing should be at a point where you can easily reach the nozzle tip. That's about as much hose you should have in front of you. Your bale should always be on the left side, and you should always be positioned on the left side of the hose in any of these techniques. So you can also flow with a hip grip in a kneel position as well. A key point on this would be to keep sitting on your ankle. That'll make the work a lot easier with this position. Your hand placement can change while in a kneel position. While standing, you want to keep your right hand just slightly forward of your hip. You can do in front of your hip or behind your hip with a kneel position. So the clamp position. You're going to want to use this when you're going to be stationary for a long period of time, and also if you're going to be operating solo by yourself. This position, you're going to want to have the hose line go underneath your back foot. It's going to go right underneath your right ankle. You're going to be sitting on top of your ankle, and that's how you're going to control the nozzle reaction. Your spacing on your hose is the same. You're going to want to have your left hand just at the nozzle tip, and when you're flowing water, left hand right behind the coupling, right hand right at about knee level. Your left leg will be bent with your toes angled out slightly to the side. One thing I would like to add is when you're moving your line back and forth, keep your hands working together in the same direction. So don't have them moving in the opposite direction. The reason that is because of the lower pressure in the hose line that you're flowing at with the smoothbore. You run the possibility of kinking your hose and you'll lose control of your nozzle. How to advance and move the line. First one that we'll do is called a Bale carry. You're going to be using this when you're going to be traveling longer distances, and you're using this when you're not in heat and you can stand up. So shut down from whatever position you're in, grab the bale with your right hand and drag it forward, and then return to whatever position you would like to, whether it be a hip grip, standing, or a clamp. Okay, next is the clamp slide. You're going to be doing this in heat when you can't stand up. This is a 2-man operation. You're going to start flowing in the clamp position. When it's time to advance, the nozzle person will shut the line down halfway till the nozzle sounds like a jet engine. You're going to want to do this so that there's less pressure in the line and it's easier to bend. When you advance, you'll advance to your backup firefighter, and you're going to swing your right foot forward out in front of you, hooking the line in your left ankle shin area, while at the same time pulling your left hand and the nozzle up towards your left ear area. You're going to swing forward like a pendulum while pulling the hose back. As you keep advancing, plant your right hand down parallel to your right knee as it swings forward, and keep your left leg in the same bent position. The clamp slide position allows the nozzle person to always be in a correct position to stop the movement of advancement and open up the line and flow water quickly if needed. Bale carry from a kneeling position. You're going to do this when you have a lot of heat and you can't stand up. You're going to start flowing in a clamp position. When it's time to advance forward, you shut down the line, then transfer yourself around the hose with your left knee to the ground at the nozzle, your right leg bent in front of you. Your right hand is going to grip the bale. Your left hand is giving up straight out in front of you on the ground. You're going to push forward with your right foot and leg, resetting your position with your left knee and left hand on the ground. The goal here is to not pull the line with your arm, but to pull and advance the line with your big muscles, your leg and your back muscles. Remember to keep your eyes up. Don't look at the ground the whole time. Look up and look to see what your conditions are doing. When it's time to stop advancing and flow water again, pull the bale up in front of you and swing around the hose again to the clamp position and open up the line. Roles of the backup firefighter. So first things first, as you approach the hose, make sure it's clean, free of any kinks. I would put a tack over supply, giving yourself less friction when it's time for hose advancement. When advancing, always be on the same side of the hose, which would be the left as the nozzle person. When you're advancing outside of heat, you can drag it from a standing position, whatever method you see fit. When you're advancing in heat, use the same body positioning as the bale carry from a kneeling position. The only difference would be that your right hand now will go underneath and cup the hose line. You're still going to be using the same body mechanics where you're pushing primarily and moving the line with your right leg and your back muscles. Don't use your arm. Reset your body position again with your left hand and left leg. So that's it. I would like to thank firefighter paramedic Brian Lamorandier for putting this training video together. And once again, all these techniques are from the Nozzle Forward website. I encourage everyone to use their website as a resource. If you have any further questions, also you can contact me at Station 4A Shift, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you.